Cześć, witajcie! Zapraszam do programu, w którym możecie podszlifować swój angielski pod tytułem Zoom in on English. Nasze lekcje skierowane są do wszystkich osób na każdym poziomie zaawansowania, gdyż ci, co zaczynają swoją przygodę z angielskim, będą mogli osłuchać się z melodią języka, a ci, którzy język nieco bardziej znają, będą mogli podszkolić swoje rozumienie, a przy okazji nauczyć się 10 nowych słów, które będą wplecione w dialog pomiędzy mną a znanym fotografem Erikiem Witsoe. Z każdym odcinkiem stopień trudności będzie rósł. Widzimy się co 2 tygodnie i to jest czas na ich nauczenie. A ćwiczyć możecie to na stronie www.quizlet.com. W wyszukiwarce wpiszcie Zoom in on English odcinek 4, a będziecie mogli z nimi interaktywnie popracować. Zapraszam na lekcję numer 4 pod tytułem More than just a camera, w którym nieco więcej dowiecie się o tym, co robi w wolnym czasie Erik, poza pstrykaniem fotek. Zapraszam. A słowa na dziś to czas wolny,
leisure,
zwiedzanie,
sightseeing,
ławka,
bench,
uwielbiać,
adore,
zaiskrzyć,
spark,
układanka,
jigsaw,
puzzle,
puzzles,
być wciąż zajętym,
keep occupied,
uznanie,
appreciation,
rozluźnić się.
let loose.
In today's episode, not only camera, more than just camera, because the main topic is leisure, or just the spare time. What do you do here in Poland in your spare time?
Oh, in my spare time, I walk.
You just walk, hang out around.
I walk and I'm really like a tourist in the city. So that's kind of what I do as a walking. I just go someplace new and walk around.
It's not boring for you?
No, I enjoy this style of sightseeing. You know, it's like...
Sightseeing, you say, but you live here, so how come it's sightseeing and you behave just like a tourist?
I'm still kind of... I believe in keeping myself kind of grounded as a tourist. You know, it's like everything is still pretty new to me, and in order to keep it new, I go to someplace new and make it fresh again. Since I've given up my normal route to work every day, now I'm kind of exploring that again. But in leisure time, I do things that you would expect. You know, I walk places, I take photos, I observe. Sometimes I'll find a bench and just sit there for half an hour and watch and just see what happens. You know, I'm not a very big sports guy, as you might say. You know, it's like I don't do a lot of normal, so I don't jog, I don't do...
You don't go to the gym?
I don't go to the gym. I'm envious of people that have that regimented idea.
But
still,
that's
just
walking,
not me.
taking a walk, it's
absolutely,
excellent.
Absolutely.
It's a physical activity.
Fantastic, and I love it. And it makes me feel really good, you know. I read, I spend a lot of time with my fiancée. We just go on walks.
Read. Talking about books.
Read.
Which ones are your favorite ones, or what type, or what kind do you like reading?
I read a lot of a lot of fiction. So I like, it kind of goes in between espionage sometimes.
Any favorite book?
Oh, out of all the books I've read?
Anyone, like any book that you would just choose and say, yes, this is the one that I really like, adore, and I could just come back to it over and over again.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird, yeah.
Why?
It's just, there's something about it that really resonates with the child in me. It's not a children's book, but I've read it so many times throughout my life that every time I go back to it, it reminds me of being a teenager again. And there's something really fresh about that for me. It's such a good book anyway. It's so wholesome and there's so much depth to it, you know.
Films, any ones that really have stayed in your head for a long time and you could also come back to it once again?
You know, I said earlier in another program that Alien is my absolute favorite film. And that also sparks the child in me. You know, it's like there's a little kid that's still, you know, seeing this for the first time when I see that. But, you know, anything by Kubrick, I think, is probably a good choice for me. You know, I think that his films really resonate for me. He was a photographer to begin with, and his imagery that he has in his films really sticks with me.
How about listening to music? Do you have some time for that?
All the time.
So
Always
it's
listening.
music, what type?
I kind of go in between a lot of different styles. I always kind of come back to jazz. So I listen to a lot of...
I thought that you are more like a jazz listener.
I listen to a lot of jazz. And anything between 1950 and 1975 is really where my ear lends itself to. I was just listening to Miles Davis this morning, actually. So, you know.
How about doing things like crossword, for example? Any puzzles, jigsaw? Is it like a good thing? Or, I don't know, learning a language? Something that you would sacrifice the time for you in your spare time?
I like puzzles, but not necessarily like that. I feel like oftentimes I live in a kind of puzzle. So I'm not really seeking...
You have to put all the pieces together.
Yeah, I'm always looking for new pieces to put in and make sense for me. So I've kind of let those things go, like playing video games. I used to like to do that.
Yes, that's the one I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Next.
I used to like to do that a lot, and games and puzzles. But since moving here, I oftentimes do feel like my life is some kind of puzzle where I'm actually physically putting pieces and trying to figure out how to build the blocks of my life. So I have 2 cats at home.
Oh, okay.
We just got cats last year. Louis and Luna.
Louis and Luna.
Louis and Luna, and these
dangerous
guys.
Cats.
They're so dangerous. They're gonna hunt you with their love. They love it. They're just lovers, man. These guys, but they keep me occupied. They just make our life really fun.
Cuddling,
So,
hugging,
chasing,
feeding.
doing whatever they're doing. They're crazy. They're a little bit crazy. So this is a new portion of my life that I find really fun.
Spending time with animals.
You know, I think I'm trying to teach them English. I think that they're Polish cats, so I think that they speak Polish.
Yeah, I used to wonder, is it possible to, like, and how do they understand Polish or English? What do they respond to?
They respond to, hey, you know. That's what
they respond to that.
Yeah.
So you are teaching them English.
Yeah, I think so. We speak a little English and Polish to them, so.
Yeah, I was wondering, how does it look like in your home? Like, what language do you basically communicate? Because I know that you also speak Polish.
Yeah,
so, like, which language is the main one?
I try to... We always speak English, and it's mostly because it just keeps our level of communication at an adult level. But I always speak a little bit of Polish to Agnieszka. She likes it. My Polish comes out kind of cute, though. Maybe it sounds, you know, it's a little bit cute. I don't have all of the vernacular as it should be, but I try and I speak. Were you
learning before at some courses?
I didn't learn at courses. I learned through observation.
Oh my God, that's amazing! And
from doing the day-to-day. So.
Any books that you studied during your spare time?
I tried. I was terrible at it. I found that my level of learning, the way that I learn, is through the interaction of it. And the books that I had were not working for me. And to say
they're hard and complicated, especially when it comes to grammar.
For the grammar, oh man, the grammar is. I have nothing but solid appreciation for every single person that speaks Polish. Because, man, the grammar is crazy, and it makes me have hope. You know, at some point, to have a conversation in Polish is fantastic to me.
Do you keep studying during your leisure?
Right now, no. But my plan is to do something with it, yes. So I still go out and try to speak as much Polish as I can.
So the intercommunication between people, it's the best lesson for you.
Absolutely. You know, and I test it. I try to see, you know, how much I can work in and what I can get away with and what I can speak, and You know, what I understand quite a lot more than I can speak right now.
Okay, so we're gonna let loose and I let you go out of the studio and spend your leisure in the way that you love the most. So, taking a walk. Thank you today.
Dziękuję uprzejmie.
Thank you for today. A słowa na dziś to czas wolny,
Leisure,
zwiedzanie,
sightseeing,
ławka,
bench,
uwielbiać,
adore,
zaiskrzyć,
spark,
układanka,
jigsaw,
puzzle,
puzzles,
być wciąż zajętym,
keep occupied,
uznanie,
appreciation,
rozluźnić się.
let loose,